Have you ever felt your mind racing with thoughts, unable to find a moment of calm? Do you long for peace and clarity in the midst of life's chaos and noise? The Buddha, a wise teacher who lived long ago, offered a profound path to cultivate a peaceful and happy mind, free from the turmoil of everyday life. This path is called Bhāvanā, which means mental development or cultivation of the mind. It's like a journey we can all take to find true happiness within ourselves, a journey that leads us to inner peace and contentment. The Buddha's teachings are just as relevant today as they were centuries ago, offering timeless wisdom for our modern lives. They provide us with practical tools to navigate the challenges of modern life and cultivate inner peace, no matter where we are or what we face. By understanding and practicing these teachings, we can transform our suffering into joy and live more fulfilling lives filled with compassion and wisdom. This essay will explore the Buddha's step-by-step guide to mental development, starting with the foundation of virtue, which is the bedrock of a peaceful mind, moving through the practice of concentration, which helps us focus and calm our minds, and culminating in the wisdom of insight, which allows us to see things as they truly are. We will also discuss the four Brahma Viharas, qualities of the heart that nourish and support our journey toward enlightenment, fostering love, compassion, joy, and equanimity in our lives. Every journey begins with a single step, and on the path to mental development, that first step is virtue, sila. Just as a strong foundation is essential for a stable building, a strong ethical foundation is crucial for a peaceful and happy mind. Virtue involves living in a way that is kind, honest, and harmless to ourselves and others. It means speaking truthfully, acting with integrity, and treating all beings with respect and compassion. When we live virtuously, we create a sense of harmony within ourselves and with the world around us. Practicing virtue is not about following rigid rules, but rather cultivating wholesome qualities that lead to happiness and well-being. It's about making conscious choices that align with our deepest values and aspirations. When we live with virtue, our minds naturally become calmer and more peaceful. Once we have established a strong foundation of virtue, we can begin to develop concentration, citta. Our minds are often scattered, jumping from one thought to another like a monkey swinging through trees. Concentration is like training this monkey mind to become calm and focused. One of the most effective ways to cultivate concentration is through mindfulness of breathing. By paying attention to the in-breath and the out-breath, we anchor our mind to the present moment, preventing it from getting lost in worries about the past or anxieties about the future. As we practice mindfulness of breathing, we may notice that other thoughts arise. Instead of getting carried away by these thoughts, we simply acknowledge them and gently guide our attention back to the breath. With consistent practice, our mind becomes more stable, focused, and clear. Mindfulness of breathing is not just about sitting meditation. It is a practice that can be integrated into every aspect of our daily lives. We can practice it anytime, anywhere, whether we are walking, eating, or talking. Each moment offers an opportunity to be present and fully engaged. The key is to bring our full attention to the present moment, experiencing each breath, each step, each bite with awareness. This simple act of paying attention can transform our experience. As we practice mindfulness, we begin to see the impermanent nature of all things. We observe the constant change in our surroundings and within ourselves. We notice that thoughts come and go, feelings arise and pass, and sensations appear and disappear. This awareness helps us to understand the transient nature of our experiences. This understanding of impermanence helps us to let go of attachments to fleeting pleasures and to face challenges with greater equanimity. We learn to accept things as they are. Mindfulness also allows us to cultivate a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. We become more aware of our thoughts, emotions, and actions. We begin to see the interconnectedness of all things and develop greater compassion for ourselves and others. This compassion extends to all living beings in the environment. Through mindfulness, we transform our suffering into peace and cultivate a deep sense of joy and contentment. This practice enriches our lives and brings us closer to true happiness. Through the practice of virtue and concentration, we cultivate a mind that is calm, clear, and focused. This clarity allows us to develop wisdom, or Panna, which is the third step on the Buddha's path to mental development. Now, wisdom is not simply about accumulating knowledge, but about seeing the true nature of reality. One of the key insights of wisdom is the understanding of impermanence, or anicca. Everything in the universe is constantly changing. Nothing remains the same for even a moment. When we cling to things as permanent, we create suffering for ourselves. Another important insight is the understanding of non-self, or anatta. We tend to identify with our thoughts, feelings and sensations as me or mine. However, the Buddha taught that these phenomena are impermanent and constantly changing. There is no permanent, unchanging self to be found. As we cultivate virtue, concentration and wisdom, we also nurture the four Brahmaviharas, which are qualities of the heart that support our mental development. These four qualities are loving kindness, or metta, compassion, or karuna, sympathetic joy, or mudita, and equanimity, or upekkha. Loving kindness is the wish for ourselves and others to be happy and free from suffering. Compassion is the ability to understand and share the suffering of others. Sympathetic joy is the capacity to feel happy when others are happy. Equanimity is the ability to remain balanced and peaceful in the face of all experiences, whether pleasant or unpleasant. By cultivating these qualities, we create a more peaceful and harmonious world within ourselves and in our relationships with others. These qualities help us to transform negative emotions like anger, hatred, and jealousy into positive emotions like love, compassion, and forgiveness. The ultimate goal of the Buddha's teachings is nibbana, which is often translated as enlightenment or liberation. This profound state represents the pinnacle of mental and spiritual development, a place where the mind is free from all forms of suffering and delusion. Nibbana is not a place we go to after death, but a state of being that we can experience in this very life. It is a profound transformation of our consciousness, a shift in our perception of reality that brings about deep inner peace. It is the complete cessation of suffering and the realization of true happiness and peace. This state is characterized by the absence of craving, aversion, and ignorance, the three poisons that keep us trapped in the cycle of suffering. While nibbana may seem like a distant goal, the Buddha taught that every step we take on the path of mental development brings us closer to this ultimate liberation. Each moment of mindfulness, each act of kindness, and each effort to understand the nature of our mind contributes to this journey. By cultivating virtue, concentration, wisdom, and the four Brahmaviharas, loving kindness, compassion, empathetic joy, and equanimity, we gradually purify our minds and hearts, creating the conditions for nibbana to arise. These practices help us to let go of negative habits and develop positive qualities. Even if we do not attain full enlightenment in this lifetime, the practice of the Buddha's teachings brings immediate benefits. We start to see changes in our daily lives, experiencing more moments of peace and clarity. We experience greater peace, happiness, and well-being in our daily lives. Our relationships improve as we become more patient and understanding, and we find joy in simple, everyday moments. We develop greater compassion and understanding for ourselves and others. This compassion extends beyond our immediate circle, fostering a sense of connection with all beings, and we cultivate the wisdom and courage to face life's challenges with grace and equanimity. This inner strength allows us to navigate the ups and downs of life with a balanced mind, leading to a more fulfilling and meaningful existence. The Buddha's teachings offer a practical and profound path to mental development, leading us toward greater peace, happiness, and liberation. This path is open to everyone, regardless of their background or beliefs. We can begin by taking small steps each day, practicing mindfulness of breathing, cultivating kindness and compassion, and reflecting on the impermanent nature of all things. Remember, the journey to inner peace is not a race or a competition. It's about taking each step with awareness, patience, and compassion for ourselves and others. As we continue to practice, we will gradually experience the transformative power of the Buddha's teachings in our own lives. May all beings find peace and happiness.